But I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza. What do you have, Harvey? 200? Kevin? Cheese? Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey? Cheese? That's a cheese. We're back with Jennifer Garner. Crazy! That's enough!
It's called Secret Pizza Party.
For the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot. It's a robot that is designed to molest children. I eat children. How old are you? 12. Oh, okay. Only to 10.
So they were always trying to call for pizzas. Kids were not always enthusiastic.
And they said the Pizza Underground is here.
Yes, you were in a Pizza Underground band. We replaced all the lyrics with pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
And how's everybody doing on this Thursday night, guys? I love Thursday nights, like everybody knows. We go through this every Thursday night. Yeah, I know the weekend's just around the corner. It was a short week because Monday was a holiday. Again, I know the weekend's around the corner, so I'm excited. I hope it's a better weekend for weather than it was last weekend, obviously. But anyway, welcome to tonight's Thursday night podcast of Common Sense, real truth without any filters. And before we start off, we always start off the podcast with, the Common Sensors, the Patriot family, the Truthers, the Pure Bloods, once upon a time Pure Bloods, our American family, you name it. We've got it. So let's do the shout outs, guys, like we always do. And then we'll start the show and maybe get some questions. And I'll try to answer as the best as I can. Because I know, guys, if you send me messages and it's shown that it's not read, I haven't read them, it's because I get hundreds of messages every day. So, maybe sometime I'll do a podcast where you guys can ask me questions, just strict questions that you guys heard, and then I'll answer to the best of my ability. Because obviously I'm going to answer a few questions tonight that I wrote down that you guys are sending me tons of messages and really want to know what's going on, AKA WHO treaty, which I don't know how many times over the last 3 years I keep on hearing this effing WHO treaty. And every year I tell you the same stuff, that the WHO doesn't exist no more. The WHO doesn't exist no more. It has been defunded for over a year, if not 2 years, but definitely a year. It has been defunded. There is no such thing as a WHO anymore. So I just wish you guys would stay off the media. But anyway, before I get to that, I'm going to do the shout outs and then we'll get to the talking about the WHO and all that stuff. I even have a video to show you guys. Okay. Anyway, first one, shout outs going out to Miss Cecile. How you doing, Anna? Miss Karen Brent from North Carolina, May Vincent, brother from a different mother, Mr. Gilles Bourgeois, Judy Horn from Kentucky, Sylvia from the island, Brenda Pryor, Miss Jane. Who else here, guys? Jane from sunny Florida. Is it sunny down there? Because it was cold down here. I'm pretty sure it probably snowed today. Not as bad as yesterday, though, to be honest with you. How you doing, Kim Abbott from the Rock itself, which is Newfoundland, in case of the American families don't know what the Rock means. How you doing, Elizabeth Zomar from Northern BC, Miss Michelle from Central Ontario, Jeanette Claude Hibert from my hometown. How you doing, Nancy? Juanita from Georgia, Roland, Marion from PI, Miss Therese, Jane. How you doing, Jane? Who else here? Ron from the Peg area, which is the Winnipeg for you American people. Giselle, Miss Hazel from Kentucky. Joelle from my hometown, not from my hometown, from the town I live in now, Dieppe. Miss Charlene, hello from the dog show in North Carolina, USA. The weather is great. Charlene, I'm jealous once again. I guaranteed the pup's going to win some more prizes. It's amazing. How you doing, Miss Lindsay from PEI, the island herself, from the beautiful island of Red Dirt and, Central Potato, because we get most of our potatoes from the island for you American patriots out there. And how you doing, Miss Yolanda Lynn Frank Peters with Truck Yeah. A complete patriot when it comes to traveling across Canada, fighting for freedom. Who else? Myria Degg, Mike Boone. Who else? Sylvie and Julien Saunier, Jim Morrison, Denny the Jet Cormier, mentioning about the strike at 12 o'clock tonight with the postal strike. Who cares? It's sad for you because you actually, I remember now, you work for Canada Post. So I'm sorry I said who cares because I forgot you work for them. But I don't think it's going to last long. But one thing I'm going to give you advice is there ain't going to be no more Canadian Post in the next 5 years, to be honest with you. No one's mailing anything out, letters and gift cards or birthday cards. They pretty much can do it electronically. So you might want to think about a new career, Mr. Denny the Jet Cormier. Just some advice. How you doing, Miss Muriel Cormier? Hope you're feeling good, ma belle. Cara de Gillois, Lisa Bork, and the list goes on. Tony Shepard, and of course, Miss Janice caught your live listening from Port Orange, Florida. She's got an airport, a landing strip in her backyard. Talk about living the life. You know what I mean? When she wants to fly out to Vegas, she has, I'm not saying her personal plane, but they literally take off to Vegas with a landing strip in her backyard. It pays to be an insurance adjuster or insurance broker in the past. So anyway, I think, there's too much in. Hi, Jay, Bird, and so on and so on. I need Canada Post for my job. They're annoying. Okay, so there we go, Tori. So that wasn't an insult for anybody. What's this? I'm just hearing that Mendocino is leaving his job as PM Carney's chief of staff. Well, Vince, there's going to be a lot more. And Miss Lisa from Ontario, how could I just seen that? And Eldon Brown. All right, first things first, I'm going to show you a little video. It's a long video, but I'm going to just play a part of it for the people talking about. How you doing, Serge Banat? I see you're watching. You didn't comment yet. And Donnie Alain, comment ça va? Anyway, so let's start off with this video for the people that think that Canada signed on to the WHO treaty and it's a sure thing. And guys, you got to stop with this BS. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing the WHO. It doesn't exist. Stop it with the fake news. You got to remember, let's put this in common sense. The fake news have to report on fear. All right. And fear and of course, exposure. Now, this could be more of an exposure because obviously, save the best for last. Canada signs on to the WHO. This is all for exposure for the governments, whoever would ever think about signing on to the WHO and pandemic treaty and all that crap. We already went through, which everybody in the world knows or should know by now, that it's always been a pandemic. It's never going to happen again, maybe in 100 years. And I doubt that's going to happen in 100 years because there's going to be, after this fake pandemic, there's going to be history books made with this fake pandemic. So it's never going to happen again. I was arguing with someone the other day. I don't even know why I waste any of my valuable time to talk about, oh my God, they're planning on the next pandemic. And oh my God, it's just, I'd rather talk to, the Freedom Bear himself, that was sent to me. I'd rather talk to the Freedom Bear when someone says they're planning for a next pandemic. Yeah, good luck. It's never going to happen. And even if they did happen, people are not going to fall for it. There's not enough police and army, especially our gay army, that would ever be able to put jabs in us. I can promise you it would never happen. You don't even understand the amount of people this time. If you try to force a vaccination on most of the people this time, there's not enough police out there to even try to even bother. That's why they've been trying to take away the guns, and they don't even have the balls to take away the guns. So good luck at that. It'll never happen, but I'd like to talk about it because it's never going to happen. What's this? Michelle Obama diagnosed with prostate cancer? Good one there, Keith, but it wouldn't surprise me with Big Mike. So yeah, it's never going to happen. It's complete, done. But all that's going to happen now is exposure. Of course, there has to be exposure. Where's Fauci, guys? Where's transgender Tam, guys? Teresa Tam or Tram or whatever the hell, they're done. They're finished. They're gone. Gitmo. But they have to be exposed for the amount of damage. But again, I'm going to say this again, and you have to agree. Even if you might not, you're going to have to agree. At the end of the day, no government, all right, no government can come out and say that the pandemic was fake, that the pandemic was used for a depopulation agenda. You have to remember it, common sense, all right, because there's not a lot of people with common sense. A government will never come out and say this kind of stuff, that the pandemic was fake and that the shots were poisonous and all that. You can't say that. If you were to say that, there would be civil unrest tomorrow. It would take many, many years to bring society back into normalcy, to be normal again. It never can happen. So you have people like me and people like you that understand that, yes, this was a fake pandemic. Yes, there was no such thing as COVID. No, there's no such thing as long COVID unless you took the shot, because the virus is in the shot. Plain and simple. No, the WHO doesn't exist no more. No, Canada didn't sign into this WHO treaty. We've been hearing about this for 3 years, and I've been telling you guys this for 3 years. It doesn't exist. All right. And I'm going to show you with a little video. All right. And yes, Ron, shit would hit the fan, and I wouldn't mind using some guns. So yes, it's never going to happen, but I wish it did, because I've always wanted to test out the guns. But anyway, let's give you. Oh my God, I didn't download the video because it's a long video and I didn't download it, guys. It's actually still on my phone. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to write it down to show the video of a person that was involved in the World Society that literally said, whatever you guys think the WHO signed, it doesn't exist. That was just like a cop-out. It's pretty much an example, analogy. It's pretty much people telling me that Carney has sent $80 million to Ukraine when Parliament hasn't even been in session since last October. And I remember hearing people saying, oh my God, they sent money out in January and February. No. You just don't have someone running around Canada saying, yeah, we're going to give you $80 million. It has to go through, the Senate. Okay. It's not happening, but it's great to see theater. All right. To be honest with you, it's great to see theater because all it's happening. And as you can see what Trump is doing to Carney, he's got him in exactly where he wants him. All right. I'm sad that, I'm pretty sad that Pierre Poilievre didn't win, but I'm also happy that we got Mark Carney out there to be exposed because, like I said, save the best for last, Canada. It has to be exposed because we are literally being run for many corrupted things. Probably one of the most corrupted countries besides the United States. I would say the second most corrupted country in the entire world, or in the top 5, because you still got, UK, give me a break for corruption. Give me a break. Australia, not pretty much every Commonwealth country is been under corruption for the last 100 years. And speaking of for the people, especially Miss Lisa that lives in the UK that follows. I want to show you something, Miss Lisa, that your Starmer, Keith Starmer, who is the Prime Minister of UK, what he just came out and did the other day. And I don't think, I'm pretty sure that Lisa, that knows this in UK, but check this out. Let me show it here for you guys. All right. If you want to live in the UK, you should speak English. That's common sense. So we're raising English language requirements across every main immigration route. That's Keir Starmer, who is now dumps fire on immigration. Starmer, what do you think happened that Trump went over there, met all these leaders, and now Starmer does a post about immigration? Huh? And not only immigration is he doing that, but he's literally deporting. All right? Deporting. There you go, Miss Lisa from UK. So I don't know if you've seen that, Miss, but here's another tweet that he did. Wait, this one right here. For too long, Britain has been addicted to cheap overseas labor, while 1 in 8 of our young people aren't in education, employment, or training. I'm putting our young people first, invested in skills they need, and ending our dependence on foreign labor. So that is for you, Miss Lisa, with Keir Starmer. Obviously, must have had a talking over the past couple of weeks, because now he's crapping all over immigration. And yes, Keith, we're going to get to the Trump and the whole thing with the South African president, which I'm pretty sure everybody has seen, because what a guy. I mean, what a guy. I mean, Trump, you got to love him. What? You're telling us there's no killings in South Africa for the white farmers? Really? Are you really sure about that? Oh, okay. Well, let's watch this video. Hold on. Bring that TV in right here, and we're gonna. I mean, has that ever happened? Bring the TV in. We're going to show the South African president exactly what's happening in South Africa, like he doesn't even know. And speaking of doesn't even know, like here's one thing. Check this out. When you come for free money, but got a 4K video of your country's genocide instead, if he doesn't look like a corrupted piece of crap, right? Look at him. If he doesn't look like he's a corrupt piece of crap, thought he was coming over for free money, and look what he got, right? But yeah, anyway, but he forgot about this. And of course, the news, the fake news. South African president signing into law the land seizure law, allowing the state without compensation to seize white South African farmers' land. The fake news never reported this. Yeah, that's that same piece of shit that you guys seen. Yeah, he definitely squirmed signing this deal. But of course, you'll never see the fake media post about this. All right. The question I asked Donald Trump is this. If Donald Trump would ever listen to this and ever would listen to a podcast, Mr. Trump, yourself, President Trump, I love you with all my heart. But please, for the love of God, either shut down the news stations, all right? Shut down the news stations, or arrest every newscaster out there that does any newscasting with fake news or slander and defamation. It would be that simple. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you'll have people saying you're a dictator and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? At the end of the day, arrest or put in law that any news channel casters that are airing any kind of slander, defamation, or anything corrupt against yourself, I would be arrested and putting in jail. 2 years minimum, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, but 2 years minimum. You would see the amount of truth that would come out. And I don't know why it's so hard for you, President Trump, to put this into law. And if any of the Senate disagree with it, then they would be in jail themselves. Plain and simple. It's just that easy. Why do you have to play around and have to expose them any more than they have to? They're already down on the ratings. Just get rid of them, and save us a lot of time, because it's driving me crazy with this crap. Because now they're all over the news saying that President Trump has embarrassed the American people because of calling out genocide in South Africa. These people should be ashamed. You are pretty much lucky. I don't live in the United States, and I'm not a very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a very violent person, I guess you could say. Violence is never in me. But I can tell you something, for the violent people out there, I would have done something a long time ago for the people, and no one would have really cared about it. Instead of the 2 people that were killed at the Washington, D.C., take out a few reporters, take out a few reporters and see if they're going to change their mind about reporting fake news. So, that's what really should happen in the world, to be honest with you. And then maybe these people might actually report some good news and real news instead of fake news. All right. So I showed the video at the intro about the pizza and the stars and stuff like that. Here's another little video. It's 1 minute and 26 seconds long for the people that don't understand about pizza with the language and cheese and little boys and little girls. Here's more celebrity.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
They'll name 3 names for your lady parts.
Mini Moo, for JJ, and a pizza.
And a pizza.
What?
Okay, and a pizza. Yeah. Mini Moo is when you're describing it to a child.
What?
For JJ is like, hey. And a pizza is when someone's nasty.
When someone's nasty.
What?
Honey, pizza's here.
Pizza? I told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all in Aniston. George and I would love you to come over for pizza, but
How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh,
Did he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They
Yeah,
both made, everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no
Finally.
pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best fucking pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Some white babies got some
White babies.
White babies on pizza. So for the people that don't think that there's evilness going around, there's many videos now with that stuff. So Ruby just said something. Carney put Stephen Gilbolt in charge of implementing controversial censorship law. It's never going to happen, to be honest with you, because obviously the censorship bill that was last year is totally now, when they defunct the whole parliament, all the bills that were in there are no longer there. So they would have to go through all the readings, and the readings are not going to pass this time for the mere fact that you have Donald Trump in the background. So it's never going to happen now with this censorship law crap. So what's this? Frank says, I went to a J6 fundraising in West Seneca, New York last Saturday. Awesome people. I thank them for upholding democracy. Yeah, that would be great, especially with the J6. I feel bad for them. But let's not forget about the Coot Boys, our own Coot Boys in Alberta, at least 2 of them that are still being in jail, in prison since, 2021. All right. I mean, or 2022. Is it 2021 that they've been in jail, or 2022? I'm trying to think here. It's been so long. I think it's 2022 that we had the Freedom Convoy. I think, 2022. It's been so long, and the past 3 years have been a mess. But anyway, I'm not worried about Stephen Gilbolt. I'm not worried about the whole Mark Carney thing. I said everything is just a big show from now on. Those people, I don't even pay attention, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know why anyone would pay attention to Canadian politics at this point. Okay, speaking of Canadian politics, and not Canadian politics, because I really don't care about Canadian politics. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's just a waste of time and a waste of energy. This is circulating around. It's 2022. Yeah, I thought it was 2022. So anyway, this has been circulating around, guys. And I don't know if you've seen this with the whole Taylor Swift, but they found human remains found at Taylor Swift's holiday home. I don't know if you guys seen that. So it's just a matter of time, with Taylor Swift. when Donald Trump put her right front and center. Obviously, we haven't really heard anything much about Taylor Swift ever since the whole Super Bowl, right? So it's just a matter of time before, she is going to be exposed, obviously. So I hate to say this, but actually, I don't hate to say this. I'm actually, I'm kind of happy. It's just a matter of time because it's not the first remains that have been found at when exactly. Elizabeth says, just lately. This is not an old post. This is lately. This is within the week. It was a gentleman. He was early 60s. They had his name and everything. So just to let you know. So we'll just leave it to that. Don't care about Taylor Swift. And speaking of Taylor Swift, this is what they did in Nashville. So once upon a time, Taylor Swift was took the place of Brad Paisley at the bottom there, and they put Taylor Swift in the old Legends mural in Nashville, Tennessee. Now lately, they took her off and put Brad Paisley back. Put Brad Paisley on there, just to let you know. So they replaced something that should have never been on that mural. What I mean, I can't even believe, but that's the whole Biden baloney for this. What says in the UK, they have law that allows non-white people to get lesser sentences for crimes. Horrible place to be right now. Oh, I know that, Lisa. Trust me, I've seen it, but it's just a matter of time now that Donald Trump. So yeah. Anyway, as you can see, goodbye to Taylor Swift. Her life is starting to come to a downhill. So I've got a couple of things with breaking news that I didn't really look into, but we'll just see what they are and we'll talk about it. Oh yeah, so this thing right here, which I'm pretty sure you guys must have seen by now, is the whole thing with your Google account. So I'll just give you an example. So, hi Raven, we want to let you know that we're changing the country associated with your Google account, which would be your Gmail, guys. So your Gmail accounts it's not going to be known as Canada no more. They're switching over to the United States in the next 30 days. All right. So they say with the region so that we can better provide our services to you, your region association will change in 30 days. So like I said, North America, 51st state, whatever you want to call it, it's just a matter of time. Again, all they're doing right now, guys, is there's too much boomers, too much libtards, too many vax-tards that actually have the elbows up still. Even though Carney is going to totally ravish this country. And I'm hoping he does. I hate to say it, but I hope he punishes Canada so bad. I hope he punishes Canada because I'm going to tell you something. The Golden Dome and all that, Martin, that to me is a calm. All right. Golden Dome. Think about it. Trump, Golden Dome. Can anybody think about Golden Dome? Why would they call it the Golden Dome? Anybody? I'll give you guys 30 seconds to answer that one. Why do you think he's calling it the Golden Dome? Anybody? Because I got a kick out of that when I heard that. Yeah, I know, Curly. A lot of people over 65 did not vote Liberal. I know that. We all know they cheated, but there's still a good number of people that voted, especially the older folks. Anybody? Okay, Nazera Jazera. Anybody? Golden for his head, yeah. For the golden blonde. His head's a golden dome, Jubilee. What do you guys think? Like Golden Gate Bridge, gold coming in. It's the golden age. Come on, guys. The golden age. Golden age. The whole point of Nazera Jazera is the golden age, the golden era. Come on now. Thank you, Maktan. The golden era. All right? Nazera Jazera. The new currency, QFS, being backed by gold that had been stolen from the humanity for the hundreds and hundreds of years. The gold that's been taken out of the Vatican. The gold that's been taken out of the Federal Reserve, returned back. The gold that's been taken out of the Buckingham Palace. gold standard, guys. Come on, think about it. Why would he name it the Golden Dome? So if you're thinking about it, the Golden Dome covering Canada, okay, will be the new golden era. Okay, so no, it's got nothing to do with Bitcoin and that crap of Bitcoin. I don't like talking about Bitcoin. If you only knew if you only knew, Miss Kim, of who owned Bitcoin, like that gentleman that I showed many videos of who owned Bitcoin, and he literally said, and this guy's a billionaire. And I think you guys remember his name. I don't have his name on the top of my head right now. If you guys, and I'll try to imitate his voice, if you guys only knew who owned Bitcoin, you would run the F away, I guess is the best I could say for that. So yeah, no, Bitcoin is not something you really want to talk about. But yeah, the golden era is exactly what you guys, when you think of the Golden Dome, all right? Income tax in Mississippi stopped. Guys, income tax is going to stop everywhere. Income tax is going to stop if you make under 200 grand. I don't care where you live. It's eventually going to come to Canada, but Canada is going to have to suffer for a bit. I hate to say it, but Canada is going to have to suffer for a bit. And the thing that people keep on telling me about the whole viruses and pandemic stuff, guys, there's no pandemic coming, but there is a virus, all right? There is a virus, okay? And literally that the dome could mean the firmament. Yeah, that could be too. But the thing is, he called it the Golden Dome, okay? The Golden Dome. So it could be biblical. Yeah, gold, like the golden, like heaven, Golden Dome. Okay, maybe given an O. But for me, it's the Golden Dome. For me, it's Nazir Jazera, the Golden Era. 100%, not going with any other analogy. I just 100% believe that he means the Golden Era, obviously, and it's covering the United States. And now Carney wants to be a part of it. Get it? So save the best for last. Frank says Bitcoin's a way to funnel money to politicians unaccounted for. It's completely, it's the worst thing it's the easiest thing you can do when you're doing something corrupt is Bitcoin. So I have a thicker beard than you. I don't know what a beard means, Kim. A thicker beard. I definitely don't have a beard. You won't see me with a beard. Any hair in my face is usually gets shaved off. Anyway, so that's what I believe with the Golden Dome. You guys can agree. You guys don't have to. I'm going to show you another breaking news. Let's go with this one. So yeah, CBS News offers President Trump $20 million to settle his lawsuit over the Splice Kamala interview on 60 Minutes. CBS News President Wendy McMahon has already resigned in protest. So basically, I don't know if you guys remember, but they had CBS did an interview with Kamala Harris. Camel told herself she messed all up. So what they did is they spliced it to make her sound like she knew what she was saying, and the real video got out there. Anyway, Donald Trump put that as, he was suing them anyway. They want to offer him $20 million. Of course, he wants to bring it. What's this? I have a friend that was bamboozled out of 80,000 at cryptocurrency. Brent, of course, stop it. If you have friends and family and stuff like that, and on that crap Bitcoin, please, for the love of God, get out of it as fast as you can before it's too late. Is that the one that they're saying he's really as SpaceX that didn't burn up his plan? No, that's not it. Heavy chemtrails going on in the UK right now. Lisa, I mean, I hate to tell you, but UK is, you guys, I feel bad for you. I really do feel bad for you. So, Canada is going to be fixed, but the UK, you guys got a lot of stuff down there that needs to be taken care of. But obviously, Donald Trump's going to fix America first, which he's doing, Canada on this side. And then obviously, I do believe, your part with the UK is going to be fixed with other world leaders. Me personally, I'd like to say Putin. That's going to help fix the UK along with Donald Trump and the other white hats. But I feel bad for the people down there. I really do. All right. So just in case you didn't know, I'm gonna put this one off for you guys too. All right. Check this out. And it's always been in front of our eyes. I haven't ate McDonald's in years. and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys that follow me haven't ate McDonald's in years also. All right. Now, the question I ask you guys is this. What's this? Yeah, Trump's going to be in Alberta. I told the wife to look for rooms, prices, blah, blah. It's 7 hours from here. I just found that out today, Marcel, that he's going to be in Canada. And I, you know what? I never even thought about trying to get down there because I know I'm never going to meet him. It would be really, be bad for me not to go down there. But the odds of me actually meeting Donald Trump and shaking his hand or taking a selfie is going to be, I probably have better chances when I go to Florida, to be honest with you, because I doubt he's going to go any closer to people, in Canada. He's going to be guarded like Fort Knox. So it's crappy for me because I really want to meet him. But yeah. So anyway, back, haven't had McDonald's in no less than 15, 20 years. Good for you. Everybody, the whole thing. But one thing I want to tell you guys with McDonald's, and it's already been documented, okay, is they have an ingredient in their food. And a lot of fast food people, a lot of fast food restaurants, all right? So the question I ask you is this: what ingredient has now been documented, all right, that a lot of fast foods, including McDonald's, have in it? You guys we'll see if you guys know the answer. Frank says USA will take Greenland, already own Alaska. That gives them control of the Northwest Passage, worth more than Panama Canal for sure. I mean, if they haven't taken over Greenland right now, who knows? All right, Curly says human meat. Okay, but we can't call it human meat. Human DNA. No, they have a terminology. There's a word for it. Yes, we know it's human, but they don't put that. They don't put the word human in their food. They have a name for it. And if you look up what that name is, there was a documentary on it too. McDonald's are closing in Canada and Walmart. AAK sells from whatever that means. They haven't taken human blood and DNA. Human meat. All right. So obviously you guys don't know the answer. You guys don't know the answer. So I'm going to give it to you. You ready for the answer? There we go. Daly's got it. That's named Soylent, not Solvent. Soylent Green. All right. So just to let you know, you go look up what the word Soylent Green means. All right. Billy's got it. Soylent Green. You go look it up. What Soylent Green means, you guys will never eat fast food again. Just to let you know, mark it down, look it up. You'll see it for yourself. And the thing is, if you look at their slogan, they say their secret ingredient is our people. That's their slogan. Just to let you know, their slogan. And I remember hearing this slogan many, many times. Our secret ingredient is our people. And I know you guys heard that. And yes, there's a movie called Soylent Green also. Yep. Just to let you know. So, seen the show too? Kim said she's seen the show. Yeah, there's actually a show called Soylent Green for you guys that are curious. And it's actually a very good show. If you get a chance to, watch it, because it's been banned from many places, because obviously, check it out. I see that everywhere I go. Soylent Green. Yeah, you see it, huh, Josh? Amazing, huh? But look at what it means. Soylent Green was a great movie back in the day. And I think that movie was it in the 80s or the early 90s with Soylent Green? I think it's a movie that came out in the 80s. The 80s. I remember seeing that in the 80s. Just to let you know, Soylent Green's been out in the 80s. So Frank says he has a DVD. So it's actually in DVD. Yeah, the world has become very sick. And it's just, I'm glad it's going through all this. Now, Ron says the 70s. Is it the 70s? I thought it was in the 80s. I thought I seen it. The movie was in the 80s. Okay, but maybe the 70s, because before all this corruption and evilness really took place. But that would make sense. Maybe in the 70s. Okay, could be. I know I seen something about the 80s, but we'll leave it to that. All right. speaking of corruption and evilness, and this is just, movie was made in 1973. Pauline said, okay, the year I was born. So basically, the year I was born is when that movie came out. So we all know that it's a very young movie, and don't start your crap. So yeah, 1973. Wow. Okay. Very famous year that year, right? Especially May 4th. May the 4th be with you in 73. So that movie was made in 73. So I'm never going to forget that. I'm going to always associate that movie with my year that I was born. Right? So yeah. Okay. 73, which was pretty weird for movies back in 1973 to be talking about that. All right. Speaking of corruption and stuff like that, I'm going to show you guys a minute and 37 seconds on root canals. I started learning about root canals not too long ago, because I had a few root canals. All right. And I never knew how bad they were, but I'm starting to get to know how bad they really are. Check this out.
I know that there was a documentary on Netflix. It was called The Root Cause.
Yes.
And it exposed a lot of things that you're talking about. And it educated the population on a lot of things that you're talking about. And then it mysteriously disappeared. It's gone.
It was a class action lawsuit by the American Association of Endodontists. And they said it was scaring the public or something ridiculous.
You mean scaring the public into not doing it so
Right.
it ruins their money?
Well, yes. I mean, they do, they're protecting the interests of their members, and their members, they make their living doing this stuff. I hate to say that, because getting someone out of pain is, give somebody their life.
Aren't there things that you can do for a root canal naturally? Like
Yes.
Dr. Daryl and I have talked about, like taking black seed oil.
Yes.
He has the black seed oil I take every day.
Yes. And homeopathics. By the way, in a tooth with deep decay, there are way, way, way too many dentists that are in this mechanical removal of decay, seeing like they got to scrub everything, and then they expose the nerve, and then they go, oh, Lauren, we got to do a root canal now. The nerve is exposed. The decay was so deep. First thing I do in deep decay in our offices is we use ozone. Ozone disinfects that deep decay, and the decay kind of sloughs off. Then you get down to the healthy tooth. And then sometimes I'll do what's called a laser pulp cap. I'll use a little laser light to protect the nerve. And then we build that tooth back up, and we keep that tooth vital. There's way too many root canals that are done like a knee-jerk response.
So yeah, what he's saying is the worst thing you can do is get root canal. Obviously, it makes sense. But yeah. What's this? Ruby says our RFK is committed to sending the Canadian government health officials a letter about the ostrich farm. Yeah, there's a lot of things coming out with that ostrich farm, by the way. They actually even have a lot of people at that ostrich farm. So I think those birds are going to be saved. Thank to everyone, especially the people that are there right now. They got even bouncy castles on the farm. You have Mr. Sunshine that's there. He's doing his lives there. It's great to to have 400,000 or 500,000 people paying for your trips to to go throughout Canada, like the pleb and Mr. Sunshine. It's I don't know how much they make money off of YouTube and stuff like that. When you have 480,000 followers, I guess it pays. So anyway, kudos to him. He's at the ostrich farm that I seen. Good for him. Because USA also has a biolab for ostriches. No doubt. I hope everything goes good for when it comes to that. All right. Now, one thing I still get tons of messages every single day about people getting cancer. All right. Yeah, the RCMP were there today, but they were there on the side of the farm. They're not there to arrest people. All right. That was the last time that I heard from that today. So anyway. So a lot of people are telling me, my God, Jeff, a lot of their family, a lot of their friends, even themselves. Was it any arrests today, Curly? Did they arrest people today? Who said Curly saying that there were some arrests today? I didn't see that. It wouldn't shock me because I hate the RCMP with a passion. No, that was yesterday. I don't believe everything. Oh, no, Curly. No. No. I know where you're getting your information, Curly, and I'm sorry, but you got that wrong. Yes, the fake media said the RCMP were there to arrest people, but that's not true, Curly. Again, BS news, which I tell you, people, stop it. Anyone coming out $50 to $100 to help pay for gas to go to Ostrich Farm? So sweet. No, I've already watched the episode today that the fake news are saying that they were there to arrest people, and that is not true. You can give me 10 links if you want, but the Mr. Sunshine was there today exposing the fake media of saying that the RCMP were there to arrest people, and that's not true. So just to let you know, that is not true, whatever you heard from the fake news or the fake links. The RCMP are actually on the side of the ostrich. Okay, so please don't do that. You almost give me a heart attack. This is what I'm talking about with fake news and bullshit. All right, and I hate to use the word bull crap, but that is crap with this bull crap news. So that's not happening. So you don't have to send me any links. I already know that it was. I don't listen to any links. I already had someone tell me that everything is peaceful and nothing was happening. CBC was there today. Yeah, that's who was reporting CBC of the fake BS. There is no arrest being done. So not happening. Stop listening to news. Please, for the love of God, do yourselves a favor. If you want the virus to literally drill in your heads, stop listening to news, because that's the virus. All right. Frank says no arrest. Just spoke to Jim Kerr. Yes, the bubble bus. Yeah, I remember Jim. I met Jim back in Toronto when the whole Chris Sky, when we first started out and stuff like that a long time ago. Brent, he's 29. Remember? Yeah, I'm only 29. 73. That's 73 plus GST plus the carbon tax brings me up, So, and Josh, yes, fake news. So anyway, we'll get off the subject with that. We all know we don't listen to the news. So anyway, okay, so back to the thing. I've been getting a lot of messages, and I mean, I've been getting a lot of messages lately from people saying my friend, my neighbor, my family, myself have cancer, or they just found out they had cancer. We just found out yesterday from my girlfriend that a woman who's a cardiologist, okay, with 2 young kids, who is a personal friend of my girlfriend's best friends, they found out, okay, and she just found out that they're giving her only a few months to live. All right, a few months to live. She's a cardiologist, guys, 39 years old. I think she's 39. Yeah, 39 years old, and she's only got a few months to live. So can you imagine having 2 young kids? I think the oldest is like 4 years old, and then they have like a 2-year-old who's a cardiologist who, you're a smart guy, Frank. You only listen to me. You only should listen to me, to be honest with you, if you don't want to go insane anyway, because I'm going to keep you guys sane, not insane, if you just listen to me, because I mean, everybody's freaking out about the whole WHO and pandemic, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, obviously she's vaccinated. All right. We all know this. She's vaccinated, quadruple, 4, who knows how many, right? She's not going to listen to me because she doesn't know me, and she's a cardiologist. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to say I don't really care, but I don't feel bad for these people, right? Because they all got vaccinated. They're supposed to be doctors. They're supposed to have common sense and know exactly. So yes, she was vaxxed. The only thing I feel bad for is I'm hoping to God those kids, I hope to God the kids are not vaccinated. That's the only thing that I hope, that she didn't go out and get those kids vaccinated. All right. So anyway, we'll just leave it to that. And of course, Roland is good. Damn, of course, Roland's my sidekick when it comes to sanity. So you're right about that, Marianne. But I'm talking about for the Canadian people. We don't want them to go crazy with the whole carny and all that stuff. Roland's the American side. Jeff Freedom's on the Canada side. You understand? So anyway, guys, I'm going to show you something once again. I'm going to say this again. I've been there. I was told 28 years ago that my immune system was too weak and I had 3 months to live. By the grace of God, I was healed. Thank you, Giselle. Yep. Is the cardiologist from around here, Jeff? Yeah, it's from Dieppe. It's actually not too far away from here. Miss Denise, just to let you guys know, it's a female. There was a doctor that was jailed because he was diagnosing people with cancer just for money. Oh, no doubt. So anyway, we'll leave it to that. But I'm going to show you guys a video. All right. I want you guys to see this video. And I've been taking ivermectin and fenbendazole for the past week now. Okay. Well, it's going to be a week and a few days. I waited to take the stuff because it's very powerful stuff. So you want to make sure when you take fenbendazole and ivermectin together, and of course you take a liver cleanse, which would be milk thistle. The amount of energy in the past week, the amount of stuff that has been coming out of me, I think clearer. It's not brain fog like I used to have, but the amount of energy is it's going to be amazing from what I could see in the past week. But I'm going to show you this video, guys. Here we go for this 2-minute and 45-second video about ivermectin and why people get cancer and what cancer really is about if you're not jabbed. If you're jabbed, well, guys, I mean, if you're jabbed, it's more than just parasites now, because now, we'll just leave it to that. And zinc, yes, Mike, boom. Milk thistle or zinc. I don't want to confuse Mike there. Milk thistle or zinc is good for your cleanse. But check out this video.
Do you believe that I have a lab tech that worked in an all-women's hospital in the United States who went to school for 4 years for parasitology, so she does have an understanding of parasites and what she is looking for. The results that she was finding in these women coming in with UTIs, urinary tract infections, was showing parasitic larvae. She was putting them in her report, and the doctor of the lab was removing them from the reports. So these women with urinary tract infections was never getting properly diagnosed in the United States. See, they're not allowed to tell you if you have parasites. No, the CDC and HHS does not allow that. Because if you actually found out what ailed you and got cured, got the proper treatment, you wouldn't need your doctor. You wouldn't need your big pharma pills anymore. She will be part of the documentary to blow the whistle on what the truth is. Parasites are very common, and most people have them. Some of the symptoms of parasites that most people don't know is gastrointestinal issues. So we're going to say things like IBS or IBD, Crohn's disease, colitis, appendicitis, cholecystitis or gallstones, kidney stones, thyroid issues, hyper and hypo, diabetes, cancer, brain fog, your heart rate fluctuations up or down, or both, your teeth breaking, your bones breaking easily, blood pressure.
So an example I can give for that, and it's a perfect example. It's a perfect example. There's one of our viewers that watches me. She's been watching me for the longest time. She's from this area. Anyway, her and her mother came to see me because they literally, and guys, this is a true story, and I can't believe it. They came to me because they couldn't go to the washroom for number 2. And they would tell me that they probably go, check this out, maybe once every 3 weeks. Okay, once in every 3 weeks, her and her mom. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, how's that human? That's like literally impossible to only go once to the washroom every 3 weeks for number 2. Like they have to eat. So when they eat, where's that food going? Right? And I'm not going to say anything where the food's going, obviously, because we all know food goes into the body and is stored as fat. And then, the weight gets put on because there was some weight on for one of them when I don't want to tell her that. So anyway, we'll just leave it to that. But anyway, after her and her mom, because I literally told them, I said, listen, you guys are the perfect candidates for irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, Crohn's disease. But the biggest thing, you guys, is cancer, colon cancer. 100% colon cancer. You guys are the perfect patients for colon cancer. So anyway, I give them fenbenzidol and I give them ivermectin, and I told them to take this, right? Put them together, take it before you go to sleep, and gone. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, Jaco. So anyway, within 4 days, every single day they go to the washroom now. Every single day, and even to this very day, they go to the washroom, and the amount of stuff that they say that comes out of them, they feel like a new person. And I was so happy to help them. And even they were going to their doctors, and their doctors were giving those colon tests, I can't pronounce it, colonoscopy and all that crap. And they couldn't figure out why or what was going on in them. But Jeff Freedom fixed them. And thank God they came to me, because who knows in the next 6 months to a year what would have happened. All right, just to let you know. All right, so Jaco just mentioned something to me. And yes, Jaco, I'll read what he put. So you need to take a binder 30 minutes after you do the para-cleanse. Otherwise, the poison stays. It helps carry the poison and dead parasites out. Otherwise, you can poison yourself. Bentonite clay is actually good. Okay, so this is one thing that I learned also, because there's a lot of things that people don't know and people do know. All right, so when you kill parasites in your body, all right, what happens is the parasites, you need what they call a binder, okay? And a binder is what literally breaks up the parasites, all right, and gets flushed out of your system. Now, that is something that just came out not too long ago, that I am learning at the same time. And he just mentioned something about bentonite clay. All right. So you might want to look up bentonite clay, which you can get at any health store. Okay. So what happens is when you do break up the parasites become very poisonous, obviously, because that's what they are. Cancer is caused by parasites. But when you break them up and they deplete, you need something to get them to flush out of your system, or the poison stays in your body at the same time. Now, I don't know if that's 100% sure and positive, but to me, it just makes common sense to have what they call a binder, okay, to basically get rid of these parasites that are dead, okay? Because even though they're dead in your body, they still can cause damage, meaning, they still are poisonous. They're still living in your organs, living in your intestines. So you might want to look up bentonite clay. All right. And there was another one with that. There was another one with bentonite clay, and activated charcoal are the best ones to take. Yeah, there was something else, but I wasn't sure because a lot of skeptics on the other second thing for a binder, and I can't remember what that binder was. But either way, the bentonite clay is what was told to me that would be the best thing to take with the fenbenzidol and your ivermectin. All right. Zeolite. Thank you, Diane. Zeolite is a great binder too. Now, that's the thing I was saying, the Zeolite. You might want to look, Diane, on the Zeolite, because there's a lot of bad reviews on the Zeolite for a binder. There's no bad reviews on the bentonite clay, but there's some bad reviews with the Zeolite. So, Diane, you might want to do a little research on your Zeolite. All right, just to let you know. Spell that, the bentonite. So the right spelling to bentonite clay is B-E-N-T-O, bentonite. All right, bentonite clay. All right. So for the people that have bought ivermectin and fenbenzidol, you guys might want to look up the word, the stuff called bentonite clay. All right. So Jaco says, I start with a teaspoon each, and you go up to a teaspoon of each. So again, I did. This is another thing I want to explain to you guys. I learned a lot about the bentonite clay. Again, it's a great binder to go along with your fenbenzidol and ivermectin. And trust me, I have given away. Well, I have passed a lot of. It's amazing how many people have got ivermectin and fenbenzidol from me. So just to let you guys know, bentonite clay, you got it, Brent. Bentonite clay. All right. So the people that want to learn the spelling, it's right there with Brent. I've seen milk thistle at Sprouts. I suppose you can get it at any health store. Yeah, you could. Milk thistle, I take 3 a day. The milk thistle, for the people that don't know this, is when you're taking milk thistle, when you go to the washroom, check out your urine. If your urine's a dark orange, take more milk thistle. Take 1 a day. If you notice that your urine is dark orange, take 2 a day. Go by your urine. Your urine's going to tell you how bad your liver is working, because this is powerful stuff, guys. The ivermectin and fenbenzidol is very powerful stuff. All right, just to let you know. So when people say how many milligrams or how many milk thistle or zinc do I take in a day, it all goes about when you pee. The darker the color of the pee, the more that you take on milk thistle or zinc. Debbie says, are you going to be selling it again? Yeah, I've been selling it. I've been selling ivermectin and fenbenzidol for 2 months now, guys. Debbie, I sell a lot of it because guys, there's another video going out. Do not buy your fenbenzidol in your ivermectin off of Amazon, just to let you know. Do not go and get your off of Amazon. There's already videos showing how fake those are, just to let you know. So don't buy your stuff off of Amazon when it comes to ivermectin and fenbenzidol. There's a huge difference with the tubes and with the packaging, which is just complete. I should have shared that video with you guys, but just take me on that. So anyway, for the people, again, I've got tons of videos on ivermectin, fenbenzidol. You can look it on my Facebook page. I have a Facebook page with a lot of videos for the people out there on fenbenzidol and ivermectin. That's what the page is. All right. So it's there. Take a look. There's lots of videos, but I'm telling you, even my doctor gets ivermectin and fenbenzidol for me. My own doctor gets it for me, just to let you know. And his secretary gets it for me. So if my doctor gets it for me, he knows something that a lot of people don't know. So yeah, don't get it at Amazon. Thank you, Lily. And don't get it at Walmart. That was the other place. Walmart or Amazon. Those are fake. So anyway, and no, Pfizer does not make ivermectin. Just to let you know, Elizabeth, that was a rumor and that's not true. That's, again, more fear-mongering from people. All right. No such thing as that. I mean, I don't know how many people mentioned that, and I debunked that anyway. Lynn says, can we get it from you if we live in the U.S.? Send me a personal message on my Facebook page. I got someone down in the United States that can get it for you, just to let you know. Anyway, guys, I love you all. Thank you for coming out and watching tonight's podcast. I'll be back on next Monday night, for more Real Truth. And guys, I feel for you. I love you all. I just want to help out the families. Like I helped out with the fake vaccine passports, how I helped out with the fake PCR test. I help everybody that I can, because at the end of the day, nothing makes me feel a lot better when someone says, like the people I did last week or 3 weeks ago that were going to the washroom, once every 3 weeks, when they call me and say, you won't believe what happened, Jeff. And my doctor looked at me and said, what did you do different? That they can't figure it out. Okay. That makes me feel good inside when I can help people. And again, for the people that don't have cancer, there's nothing bad about taking ivermectin, fenbendazole, because it prevents you from ever getting cancer. So don't wait to hear that you have cancer to start taking it. I'm not saying it's going to cure cancer, even though it has been proven to cure cancer. It's better just to take it now, 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off, and don't have to worry about living with parasites. Just to let you know. Anyway, I love you guys all. We'll see you guys back Monday. For the people that are curious about ivermectin, fenbendazole, hit me up with a message and I'll chit chat with you guys then. Anyway, I'm going to, I guess I'm going to stop this podcast with a little pumped up music, because we are the weekend heading to us. And like Don Cherry says, you people hold that line, because good things are coming, guys. They really are coming. But we're going to have to feel some pain in Canada so a lot of people can wake up. I love you guys all. To my Colombian family, adios amigos. And I will be there in Colombia June the 18th. So I'll be in Colombia June the 18th till the 25th to visit my friends and my family member who are living there. I'm jealous of them, because eventually I will be up there for the rest of my young adult life and enjoying the sun 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, and enjoying the food down there that's not poison. Anyway, love you guys all. See you guys back Monday.